History is shaped by countless wars, especially major ones like World War II and the American Revolution. But there is one war out there that was fought with neither artillery or guns, yet it altered the path of mankind forever. That war was fought between two mad geniuses, Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison. That war, ladies and gentlemen, was the War of the Currents. Hi, my name is Philip. Today, I'll be talking about what happened in the War of the Currents. But before we begin, we have to understand some background concepts. First, an electrical generator is a machine that turns mechanical energy into electrical energy. Secondly, a DC dynamo is an electrical generator that produces direct electric current, or DC, to people's homes. Direct current travels in the same direction to its destination. And lastly, AC, or alternating current, unlike DC, travels in alternating directions to its destination. Now, with all this knowledge in mind, let's begin. The War of the Currents would never have happened if it was not for 28-year-old Nikola Tesla's arrival in America in 1884. He had traveled all the way from Europe to the United States of America to work for the famous inventor Thomas Alva Edison. Although all he had when arriving in America were 4 cents in his pocket and a bundle of clothes, that did not stop him from going to Edison Machine Works located in Manhattan, New York. When he arrived at Edison Machine Works, he was hired by Edison to work as an electrical engineer. And over the course of 1 year, from 1884 to 1885, Edison grew more and more fascinated at Tesla's ingenuity in solving problems and his hard work. In fact, Tesla was so hardworking that sometimes he would work all throughout a night without even a minute of sleep. Eventually, Edison grew so mind-blown by Tesla's talent that one day in 1885, he said to Tesla, "I'll pay you $50,000 if you improve my DC dynamo system." Now, Edison's DC dynamo system produced direct electric current, or DC, to people's homes. But it had some problems though. First, it could only travel about a half a mile when it would lose power. And secondly, it was extremely costly to use. When Tesla encountered this problem, he knew the only solution was AC. Unlike DC, it could travel way farther without losing as much power. It was also way less costly to use. However, it had its own problems as well, one of which being that nobody back then knew how to create an effective AC generator that could efficiently power people's homes. Not yet, at least, because a few months later of hard thinking and hard work, all day and night, Nikola Tesla had come up with a genius plan of how to build an AC generator. He then told his brilliant plan to Edison, who all of a sudden became filled with jealousy. And his jealousy led to him famously but cruelly quoting, "Tesla, you do not understand our American sense of humor. The $50,000 was just a joke." Tesla was absolutely infuriated at being cheated, and only a few weeks later, he left the company, trying to find another job. But since he couldn't find another job as an electrician from 1885 to 1887, he had to work for the Edison Company again, but this time, digging trenches for DC dynamos to be placed in. It was painful, laborious, and mundane work for Tesla. He absolutely hated it. But in late 1887, luck would finally reach the young man. On that late day in 1887, Nikola Tesla was so fed up with digging trenches that he decided to talk to a superintendent nearby about how he, Nikola Tesla, could make a way better machine than a DC dynamo. Luckily enough for Tesla, the superintendent decided to introduce Tesla to one of his friends named George Westinghouse. Now, George Westinghouse was a billionaire investor, owned an electricity company, and most of all, was a competitor against Edison. All of a sudden, Tesla's long-forgotten, young and ingenious gusto filled his limbs as he worked harder than ever to transform his AC generator idea into reality. In 1888, he finally got to meet and show Westinghouse's AC generator invention. Westinghouse's mind was utterly amazed. In fact, he was so happy with Tesla's wonderful invention that he decided to offer a deal to Tesla in which he'd pay $60,000 to buy Tesla's AC generator patents. And as Tesla gladly accepted the deal, a trigger was being pulled, causing America to go from DC dynamo usage to pure AC generator usage. At this point in the war, Tesla and Westinghouse have the upper hand, while Edison is as stubborn and as angry as ever. In fact, Edison is so filled with negative emotion that he decides to start a smear campaign against Tesla and Westinghouse, in which he says AC is dangerous. And it was true, for many accidents with AC began happening to people in their homes. But Edison did not stop there. Oh, no. Instead, he went on to electrocute all sorts of animals with AC in public to show how dangerous AC was. He even went as far as inventing an AC electric execution chair in 1890. Edison's smear campaign had done a lot of damage to Tesla and Westinghouse's reputation. But luckily, in 1891, Nikola Tesla invented the all-famous Tesla coil, which decreased the power and voltage of AC, not only making it safe, but also proving Edison's point wrong. Despite all this, though, there was one big competition ahead. Who would like the 1893 Chicago World Fair? Would it be AC or DC? The worthy winner, ladies and gentlemen, was AC because it was way more efficient and cheaper than Edison's DC. As dazzling beams of light lit the 1893 Chicago World Fair, all thanks to AC, Tesla, and Westinghouse, the winner of the War of the Currents was becoming clearer than ever. The capital aloft, though, in 1895, Nikola Tesla and George Westinghouse built the first ever AC power plant in Niagara Falls. The power plant would then power cities, homes, and communities all across America. We have finally reached the end point of the War of the Currents, and we have our winners. Behold, Nikola Tesla and George Westinghouse, two great geniuses of their time. Thank you so much for listening to my speech, and I hope you enjoyed it.